Guys, what's up? So today we're gonna be dropping a 2019, technically 2020 Ford F-150. Customer went ahead and got the VAS coilover kit for the front, and this is their flip kit application for the rear. Pretty nice. Got the plates, you know, just like the Beltec ones, you know, they're kind of chamfered right here, little cut out so you can, so the bolt for the shocks don't hit and all that. Got the flip kit plates, saddles, everything. You got your coilover mount for the top right here, lock nuts, everything, and then you have the bottom. And then over here you have your coilover springs to the part numbers 10DP650 and everything else that you need. Little bearing, sleeves. And one thing that the kit does not come with, so I highly recommend you guys to get it, be like at the dealership or something. It's gonna be the driver's side bolt. These are the coilovers, and you're gonna need some anti-seize. So Lewis.
Oh, you're.
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck am I gonna do with the door now?
And then the anti-seize is gonna go right here so you don't mess them up whenever you're adjusting them. And you're also gonna need your spanner wrenches. Alright, so I'm gonna kinda sort of in detail explain the rear install the way you're supposed to do it. So you're basically gonna take everything apart, take off the shocks. One thing I did notice, they didn't bring me any drop shocks. I don't know why. I don't know if he just didn't buy them or the guy didn't sell them to him, but he was supposed to get like some nice shocks for that truck. So the ride is probably gonna suck in the rear. So yeah, basically tear apart the truck, everything, whatever. The passenger side, you shouldn't have a problem unless they like redid the exhaust and the fucking exhaust is where the bolts at, so whatever. Both bolts for the leaf springs in the front, they go out towards the inside of the frame like that. So the problem is, well, really the reason why I told y'all to buy that bolt, you can get at the dealership, they're like 15 bucks, is because you're supposed to like loosen it up, hit it a little bit inside and cut it with the saw. It takes forever. Sometimes those bolts are like really hard, so literally you have to cut it and pull it out, and whenever you put the new one in, obviously it's gonna go back in. The reason you do this is so you don't have to drop the gas tanks. I've never had to drop a gas tank because these kits, they usually come with that bolt, but obviously this kit didn't. So I told the customer, you know, hey, I found the bolt at this dealership, go buy the bolt. Y'all can try to drop the gas tank. I wouldn't recommend it. I feel like you're gonna stretch some fuel lines or something, so you're gonna fuck something up. That's why like Beltec and all these other companies, I think even DGM, they send you an extra bolt. They don't have to be the factory bolt. I mean, if you could get the passenger side bolt and take it to like the hardware store, like Ace Hardware Store or whatever, just make sure they're the same length and the same thickness. So if you have a micrometer, go ahead and measure it or just compare it, but just make sure it's gonna fit, because if it doesn't fit, you're kind of fucked. Because obviously if it doesn't fit in through the frame sleeve, it's not gonna fit through your leaf spring, and then you're totally fucked. As I'm telling you, like, if you want to be accurate about it, get the micrometer. If you don't want to deal with it, you know, take some time out of your day, go to the dealership and buy the bolt. It's $15. It's not that much. One thing, if you don't want to buy the actual nut on it, just make sure not to ruin the nut on the original one. Just take it off. So that's pretty much it. On the front, you're gonna have some fun, and I'm gonna have some fun with that shit too. And by fun, I mean it's gonna take a fucking while, because you have to adjust that coilover, you have to put it together, and then put everything back on. Hopefully I don't have to take it, you know, for the spring to get compressed. On my other ones I did, you know, just compress them a little bit just to fit them in there, and then boom, you can adjust it. But yeah, I actually been wanting to do one of these installs for a while on a Ford, because I want to get a Ford truck, but that's as soon as I finish paying off the Sierra and get a house first, and then I'll go ahead and get my Ford. But yeah, I'm gonna get started, tear it apart, show y'all little clips. I'm not gonna have a lot of time to be recording the whole process, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so check this out. Passenger side, it's pretty much done. The bolt, we had a hard time getting it out because of the exhaust. You know, it has a big ass stock exhaust thing right there in the way. The bolts are back on over here. we did the flip on the leaf spring. Remember, you have to flip those pin bolts. This one, I haven't taken off the leaf spring yet, but as you can see, you know, these are still in their stock position. So this comes off, these bolts get flipped upside down, everything comes off, and then you throw the leaf spring through the bottom. I cut the bolt with a grinder, still kind of hot, so you can check it out right there. And this is a stock bolt, so I'm telling you, this has to get cut off in order for you to pull it out. That way you don't have to drop the gas tank. And as far as the sizes, I know the nuts are 27, the back of the bolts are 24, and then on the over here where the hanger and the shackle's at, one's a 24, the nut again, and then the back is a 21. That's pretty much it. Very straightforward. Just remember to do the flip the correct way. If not, that little saddle isn't gonna line up, and then you're gonna get bad pinion angle, vibration problems, all that shit. And again, this is the flip kit right here. The way he has it set up, it has a hole so you could like put your little stock bolts back in there so they can grip the brake lines again. And then these, I like these, you know, because there's two of them and they have their little lock nuts, so you won't have any problems. What I've seen are people using these again when they don't have this. You could get away with it. The U-bolts are gonna lock in right here, so that will work on this one. But I mean, you don't have to do it because we have everything right here. As far as drop shocks, he didn't bring me any, so I'm gonna give him a call. I don't even think he noticed that, but I have some upstairs, so those will work. I was just thinking that he was gonna bring me the Viking ones, because what I've seen from the VAS kit, he sends you a bracket that kind of like relocates them over here. It almost looks like an L, and then you just hook them up right here. And those are the Viking shocks for the rear. They're adjustable also. They're not coilovers in the back. They're shocks. They're adjustable Viking shocks. Use grease, please, please, please. Especially on the Fords, they love to squeak. So use grease over here. Use a lot of grease over there. Shackle, the bottom of the shackle, top portion of the shackle, all the bushings on the actual leaf spring. Throw a bunch of grease on there. This is the one I use right here. O'Reilly's. That's $5. So yeah, please use that, because if not, in a couple of weeks you're gonna hate the truck. It's just gonna be squeaking everywhere. Just had a guy pull up right now talking about, hey, do you know what that squeaks from? I'm like, yeah, man, it's your shackles or bushings. They didn't use any grease. And of course, he got the truck dropped somewhere else. I think I had already talked to him previously about getting the job done here, and I guess he didn't like the price, so he went somewhere else cheaper. So that's fine, man, you know. And those are our other projects right there. The C10 and the blue truck. Oh, some guy pulled up and sold me these seats for $100. I just gotta wash them, clean them, get some harnesses ordered up, and yeah. So I finally have a center console to put my shit in, somewhere to put the drinks. Same seats like the ones I have in my Sierra. Love these, so worked out perfectly, man. Alright, so apparently on this kit you don't have to do the flip. For some reason he made it like that, so the hole's only big enough for that bottom part of the screw. And then these U-bolts are cross country bolts, so make sure not to cross thread them. It's really easy to cross thread them. So yeah, I had to take it apart again and undo the flip. And then the bolt that's like furthest over here to the shackle, that one comes completely off, because if not, the differential is going to sit on it and then it won't sit on the flip kit correctly. So you're only going to leave the first bolt. Take the other one off, leave it alone. No flip on the VAS kit. And then I think he accidentally sent me two driver sides, because it's chamfered over here and it should have been chamfered on this side. But nope. I'm guessing he cuts that for clearance, you know, for the shock or whatever. But yeah, that's it. So don't do the same mistake I did and do the flip on this one. On the Beltec, you do the flip, but apparently not on this one. On the passenger side, you might have a clearance issue. So what I did was put a washer on here. You can see it's pretty thick, just so it doesn't hit the U-bolt if you're concerned about it. Or you can cut the bolt like just the tip of it, not the thread. Oh, I'm recording. Wait, that's why I turned off the music. Yeah. So that's basically how you have to apply the anti-seize, so you don't fuck up the threads whenever you're cranking this hole up. So right here, just gonna walk you through the bolts and nuts. This guy's 18, this is 18, this is a 21. Over here on the spindle, let's say it was still attached, you have your 10, your 8mm, and your 10 over here. Don't forget, first thing you always want to do on a Ford is disconnect the ABS line that's up there. It's really easy. Just pop the red clip and then the little flathead through the bottom, and boom, it just slides right out. So get the strut out. We had previously done some leveling kit on this guy's truck, but now he's getting coilovers for the drop. So yeah, I'm gonna put the brackets on. These guys right here, and those on the bottom of the control arm, and put the coilovers. And then from what it says go up 1/3 of the way with the suspension jacked up, sit it on the ground, and then if you have to adjust it with the weight of the vehicle on it. So yeah, I'll let y'all watch this part. So the way you want to put these on is bolt washer through the frame and the bracket, and then washer and nut. So you're always gonna have two like that. And then these on this kit, they're 14, so get a 14 socket, your impact, and a little wrench. That's all you're gonna need to tighten it up. And then the ones on this bracket are gonna be 19s, and just like on the strut, the bolt will go towards the bottom. That's it. Just make sure you do the same thing on the other side. And put your coilover on, start putting everything back on, and you're good to go. Alright, so check it out. Everything's on there, everything's tight. I'm about to put the brakes back on, ABS line, all that good shit. So what the instructions call for is go up 1/3 of the way. I counted the threads, they're about 45 to 46 little, little threads or whatever. So you divide that by 3, saying it's 45, 15 plus 15 is 30, plus another 15 is 45. So on this one, specifically on this one, go up 15 threads and leave it there. Don't lock the bottom one, just, top one, whatever. And then we're gonna sit it at the ground, measure it, see where it wants to be at, and then give it the final adjustments and tighten them up. Same thing on the passenger side. Same shit. 15 threads, start putting the brakes back on, ABS line, tie rods, whatever. Hopefully, I'm hoping the toe isn't like fucking thrown off real bad. If it's not, I'm gonna highly recommend you this kit. If it is, I'm gonna be kind of iffy. But then again, you have to remember that this kit is kind of expensive. So if your pocket's a little deep, go ahead and get it. If not, well, get something else. Alright, so pretty quick recap of what happened for the install. The back, be extra careful. Leave the first pin on the leaf springs, take the second one out. Don't do the flip if it's the VAS kit. If it's the Beltec and it calls for it, do it. That's regularly how you do the flip kit. As far as the front, the coilovers, the big secret, leave about 28 to 27, 25, just depending on the height that you want. Like a 3-inch drop, you know, we left this one at 29 threads from the top to the bottom, basically where you have the lock nut, you know, the lock adjuster thing. Just make sure they're tight, you know, that's why you need the 2 wrenches for the coilovers. As far as the clicks, the instructions call for 4 on C and then 8 on rebound. So you have a C knob and you have the R knob. I think on the VAS instructions it calls for like a regular street whatever to do 7 and 8. Those are the adjustments you put on there, obviously. So yeah, the fucking battery died yesterday, so just a little follow-up. We did 28, 29 threads on it, but do 25 just so it drops a little bit more. He's gonna bring me back the truck Friday so we could do that and then, you know, get the alignment done. That's if you want to do a 3-inch drop in the front off the coilovers. And then as far as that rebound and the C whatever, we set it at 7 and I think at 9 or 7, 8, I forgot, one of those two. The instructions are on the VAS website. And then tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the 6.2 intake swap on this one and the throttle body and everything. I'll give you guys a little how-to video on that, give you all the torque specs and everything, and all you really need is a small torque wrench. Digital one would work fine, but yeah, we're gonna be doing that one tomorrow. So yeah, like the video, subscribe, whatever. Catch you guys next time.